Hello, and welcome to my world building review. Today, I'm gonna be doing a review of the physical geography of this world called Earth. Most of it's pretty good, but I'm gonna be focusing on the bad parts. You know, that's what will keep your attention and the interesting thing. Before anyone tries to defend this with the cop-out of its, magic, Earth has no magic, so checkmate! Also, just to note, this video will be on the physical geography. I might make another video about, the human geography and other world-building elements, but for now I'm just gonna focus on the physical geography. Let's start off with mountains. Earth's mountains make no sense whatsoever. There are a lot of lone mountains. Ulura and Katatucha are two lone mountains in this world. They are in this deadly, strange land of Australia and just randomly come out of otherwise flat terrain. What's worse than that is a famous mountain, the tallest on its entire continent, Africa, is a lone mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro. There's not a range there. A few other mountains around it, sure, but it's not a range. It's at least on a fault unlike many others. But then these inept authors made it the wrong kind of fault line. What the hell? Mountains are caused by converging plates, but then they put Kilimanjaro on the exact opposite, divergent plates. Well, what the... It doesn't stop there! So many ranges aren't on any fault lines. And, we have maps of the fault lines, we know where they are. Let me rapid fire a few here to give you some idea. The Appalachians, the Rockies, the Urals, the Great Escarpment in southern Africa, the Scandinavian mountains, and the Hawaiian Islands, which are mountains to name a few. There are also so many rivers going through mountain ranges. Water travels with gravity from high to low. We know this. They don't go through mountains. So why does the Green River, a tributary of the Colorado River, which it itself does the same thing, go straight through the Colorado Plateau, starting north of it and going through it to the south? The Susquehanna River starts on the western slopes of the Appalachians and cuts through them to drain east of it. In the Himalayas, this world's tallest mountain range, a lot of rivers go through them. Two major ones being the Indus and the Brahmaputra. And then, in this fictitious country called France, along with its neighbor Belgium, a river, the Meuse, completely ignores the hilly terrain of the Ardennes and barrels right through it, which inspired the Germans to do the same. But the unrealisticness of this world's rivers doesn't end there. There are so many rivers that divide going downstream. This doesn't happen. Rivers come together, they don't divide. They don't bifurcate, as is the technical term. But on Earth, no! In this place called, Venezuela, the Rio Casicare splits from the Rio Orinoco. Splits off of it. Then even more confusing, just 2 countries over in Suriname, the Waimbo River splits and flows 2 different directions. But What's confusing is sometimes the directions will reverse, which, from what I can tell, seems to be more about human interference than a natural occurrence with a lock that was built. But so the natural thing that happened is the split. The Hayes River in Germany, where the previously mentioned Germans are from, splits to also form the Alps. This next one is just insane. I don't know what the author was on when they came up with this. The Barak River bifurcates into the Surma River and the Kashiara River. Then, to seemingly mess with me, those two rivers later rejoin. Why? Just to taunt those of us who care about realism. And then, after reforming, it becomes the Delta. There are also so many of these things called braided rivers scattered around this world, which the river splits into these small channels and forms like small sandbar island things. And also just so many islands in rivers too, like in one of France's fictional cities called Paris. And just so many others too. It's a pretty common thing. I mean, if you're even somewhat familiar with this world, you've seen some depiction of a braided river and an island in a river. There are also so many lakes that get the bifurcation treatment too. Like Isa Lake in Yellowstone National Park in this place called America drains in two places. Those two places also being on opposite sides of a continental divide. Also, a lake called Committee's Punch Bowl? What the hell is that name? It's in a country called Canada. Does this too, where it drains to both sides of a continental divide. Montico Lake in America bifurcates without the explanation of straddling a continental divide. Along with this, there are just a ton of lakes in Finland that bifurcate. This world is trying to make me insane. But yeah, that's the main world building mistakes I found with Earth's physical geography. Though I'd like to mention the climate map of this world. It's not that it's not realistic, but it just looks so messy, like the weird intertwining and dotted transition zones. Just a lot more messy, for lack of a better term, than any other climate map of a world I've seen. Again, it's not necessarily unrealistic, just odd. And so, that concludes my world building review of Earth. Overall, it's actually pretty good, but then there's just a bunch of these small, simple mistakes that, with everything else, it feels like shouldn't have been made.